They spend their majority of their lives upside down, believe it or not. The moms even give birth upside down. So this is a much more natural position at this age. I have had the pleasure of working with Valentino pretty much since the day that he arrived here. He arrived at the National Aviary right around Valentine's Day, hence the reason he was given the name Valentino. We have a total of 2. We have Valentino, whose primary role is going to be in our education department, so we can get people doing up-close encounters with him, use him for a variety of our different classes and school programs in the future. Whereas Wookie will be on exhibit where people can just come and see him, but you don't necessarily get the same close-up view just because Wookie is in an exhibit, so you would be viewing him behind glass, whereas Valentino, you can get right up to him at this point, especially during our encounters that we offer on the weekends with him. Obviously, it's a really big deal for the National Aviary because, as you know, our focus is on birds, whereas clearly not a bird. But it is a natural transition when you think about it, because when you think a lot of the popular birds, the parrots, the colorful ones that everybody really likes, these are the same birds that are going to live in the same habitat that a two-toed sloth lives in. So we're able to really make that connection that a habitat isn't just birds, it's everything that you find in that area. So for a two-toed sloth, which is the species that Valentino is, they're technically omnivores, though they tend to tip more onto the vegetarian scale, so they are going to eat a lot of leafy greens out in the wild, leaves, shoots, bark off of trees. So here we give him things like romaine lettuce, spinach, sweet potato, zucchini, yellow squash, cranberries, apple, papaya. There were some, I won't lie, there were some other items in this dish at one point that he kept promptly spitting on the floor at us, so he clearly didn't like them, so we obviously decided not to continue to offer those food items too. What a lot of people don't realize is, yes, there are two-toed sloths and three-toed sloths in the wild, and obviously when you hear the names, you automatically go to, okay, the difference is the number of toes that they have. But what people don't realize is that is only in reference to the front 2 feet. If you're to look at the back feet of all sloths, they have 3 toes. So the difference is only in the, externally the difference is between the front feet and how many toes they have. They're really good at swimming. You wouldn't think that because they're terrible at walking. If you look at just the way that their arms are built and the position their arms are built in, if they get on the ground and they have to move from point A to point B, they kind of have to do this army crawl. But the second that they hit water, that scoop, that kind of curve to their feet that's very natural, makes them in perfect swimming position. He's usually pretty excited to come out and see the crowd, and we've done a lot of work with him to make sure he's comfortable in front of people. So.